Bayside, Queens.
Hi, I'm Ben Katz from Bayside, Queens.
And your question is?
My question is, what are you doing to combat the foreclosures and to make the lenders more responsive to homeowners' needs?
Well, part of the question we explored before, the bailout bill. The first thing that we have to do is put reliability and responsibility into the system. The rating companies, the D&B, et cetera, that went in and rated as AAA all of these mortgages, then broke them down into securitized packages, repackaged them with mortgages that were subprime, made to subprime borrowers, and sold them again on the market as if they were still AAA, keeping the AAA rating. I have introduced the major legislation which is most likely to move in the next Congress as we address the problems and how we make sure that we do not fall into this situation again. It would basically say that you could only put in packages those things that are rateable. All of those products that are new and experimental on the market that have no experience rating should not be rated. Only same type products should be in these securities if we're going to put them on the stock market. In other words, residential mortgages in one package, commercial mortgages in another package, auto loans in another package, and they get rated according to what everything is in the package so that there is complete transparency in the system. Also, one of the problems is the uptick rule, and that has a lot of traction, and as a matter of fact, they're starting to do that now, only temporarily, and they should do that on an absolute permanent basis. The other thing we did is we have given the Fed the authority to rebuy these mortgages, as the government now will take ownership of them. Homeowners will be able to have their mortgages renegotiated, to spread out the term, to change the interest rates, and to guarantee that they would be secure in their homes.
Ms. Berney, your response, please.
We need to allow, and as this bill does, we need to allow homeowners to spread out the terms of their mortgages as much as possible, as much as they need in order to hold on to their homes. If somebody has a 15-year mortgage, even if the mortgage is underwater, many people will want to stay in their homes as long as we can make the payments affordable. We can do that by spreading out the term of mortgages to 30 years, 40 years, 50 years even if we need to, and those, and taking other steps to make sure that the banks cooperate and that people are able to renegotiate the terms of their loans to make them affordable so that people don't lose their homes. I think that's absolutely critical. I think you mentioned that I would have a chance to respond on the See Something, Say Something bill, which I didn't have a chance to respond to before. That dealt with people who report suspicious acts of terrorism in good faith, not people who are reporting their neighbors. And this bill arose. Congressman King proposed this bill, and it passed in the House, despite the fact that Congressman Ackerman voted against it. And that bill arose because airline passengers saw suspicious activities and reported it, and then they were sued by the people who were taken off the plane. And that people shouldn't be fearful of being sued if they report the things that we want them to report.
Mr. Policarpio.
Well, foreclosures happen when the borrowers are not able to pay the mortgages. And so I think there needs to be a clear monitoring of the credit applications being filed by the borrowers. We have to look if there is fraud. But if it's a case of let's say the borrower has been sick and will not be able to earn income, then that's a different case. But I can see that what has happened, this nationwide foreclosures was caused by fraud in the credit applications. I think these borrowers who were issued this subprime mortgages were not really eligible to pay off. And there have been so many cases of people even on welfare receiving mortgage loans to buy houses. And that's really unthinkable. I can't believe that that could happen. So again, my sense is government has to look into the conduct of these lenders, the banks, and even what Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac did to when they issue loans to borrowers who were not capable of paying off.
All right.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, we've run out of time for questions. Time now to go to closing statements, and we'll start again with you, Mr. Policarpio.
Well, My friends, my fellow citizens, my fellow residents in the 5th District, I believe I am your candidate. I am the most representative to address your demands, aspirations, and dreams, and experiences that you have encountered as a resident of the district. And I'll be an effective congressman because I went through the struggles that you went through, my fellow residents. This district is the most divergent district the whole nation. And I favor religious toleration, I favor family values, and I'm against abortion, I'm against gay marriage, and I can clearly identify with the residents of the district who are mostly God believers.
Thank you, Mr. Policarpio. Elizabeth Berney, your closing statement, please.
Thank you very much. I want to urge listeners to please go to my website, lizberneyforcongress.com, because it's impossible to explore all of the issues that people need to be informed about in such a short debate. lizberneyforcongress.com. There's a lot of information about my experience and also Congressman Ackerman's unfortunate record on tax and economic issues and also on the Middle East issues. He thinks that, and I wish he was correct, that giving money to terrorists and giving money and going to speak with regimes such as people like Ahmadinejad is the solution to peace in the world and peace in our time. Unfortunately, it's not. And we need somebody who is not so, it does not have such an appeaser's attitude towards the problems of the Middle East. Every time funding, we increase the funding, and Congressman Ackerman is the prime promoter of funding to the Palestinian Authority. Every time that funding increases, violence increases, and there are more deaths. It's really a life or death situation. Congressman Ackerman should not be the chair of the Middle East subcommittee, and I hope
Congressman Ackerman, your closing statement.
It's been a great honor and a pleasure and a privilege to represent my friends and neighbors in the House of Representatives for these past years. I have served on some very, very important committees. I've been given the opportunity by my 435 colleagues in the House. They've selected me to chair the subcommittee on the Middle East and South Asia, which contains almost every trouble spot in the world because of my experience and steady hand on these issues. If re-elected, I promise to continue to work to make sure that we are no longer dependent on foreign oil, to continue to fight to protect your constitutional rights, to make sure that we have a rapid as possible exit from this misbegotten war in which we find ourselves, to provide money for our children to be able to go to school and get a better education, and to ensure that the administration doesn't have a fear and has the strength to step up to the plate, to negotiate with our enemies, to discuss things, not to appease them, but to make sure that they understand what we want in order to make sure that we can have peace in the world and a better future for our children.
Candidates, thank you all again for joining us and for being here for this debate. And thank you at home for watching. Just a reminder, Election Day coming right up. It's November 4th. If you're looking for more information about your local races, you can go to our website, news12.com. Click on the Island Vote 2008 banner. You can also watch all of our Island Vote 2008 debates and coverage on channel 612 on your IO digital cable box. Just click on the Island Vote 2008 banner. I'm Scott Fellman again. Thanks for joining us for this election special right here on News 12 Long Island, as local news gets.